Good afternoon, everybody. It is Friday, July, I think it's the 12th today. My name is Heather. I am Wheelhouse Knits. I am coming to you from just outside of St. John, New Brunswick, Canada, on the east coast of Canada. My husband Adam and my son Sawyer are outside gardening. Sawyer just brought me 2 jalapenos from Adam's garden. I think we're gonna make some nachos for lunch. So if you hear some excited exclamations, they've probably found something else that they want to show me. I am off today. I'm off for the next couple of days, so I thought I would sit down and catch up while I have the chance. It's been a little over a month since I've been here, and I have some things to show you. Lots of socks, a baby knit, a sweater for myself, and I have a few things that the yarn fairy Nancy from Knits Up Happy purchased for me while she was at Knit City, Toronto to share as well. So you can find me on Ravelry, Instagram, all of the places as Wheelhouse Knits. I am most active on Ravelry. No, I am most active on Instagram. I only had 1 cup of coffee this morning. I just came from physio. I should have stopped and got another coffee on the way home, but I didn't, and it shows. I am wearing my Ranunculus today, one of many that I have. This is knit with a Sweet Skein of Mine colorway. I can't remember what it is. I'll put it down below. But I love this sweater. I have 3. I have another one on the needles. I feel like I will constantly just keep wearing these. They're so wearable. And I just love them so much. So, episode 18. I'm going to start with some whips. The first one that I have to show you is in this project bag that I got from Amelia X Joy. It is a Home Alone inspired project bag. And I got this for Christmas in July by EmmaCMakes. She holds a knit along every year. And I always participate. I love Christmas. I love her. So, my first is a sock whip. Rose Hill Yarns in the Jingle Balls colorway. So this was a sock set. These are the contrasts, and this is the main color. And I'm on my second sock. So I cast these on in, I think, June. Really, I've been finishing socks in the month that I cast them on. These ones did not get finished because I started a sweater. And I don't care. This is my only vanilla sock on the needles right now. We're heading to the drive-in tonight, and I'm going to bring this with me in the car. So this is the first sock completed. I'll show you here. So I did 20 rounds, 60 rounds, which is smaller than I usually do. I usually do 70. Heel flap and gusset, and then my foot, and I use Nancy's rounded toe for my socks usually. So I'm done the first one. I just got to the heel flap on the second one. So I'm literally ready to pick up here and knit the heel flap. And I have the sweet peppermint stitch marker here, candy cane stitch marker on them. Hopefully you can see that. I'm not sure what the lighting will be like today. It is overcast and kind of dreary out. It's supposed to get sunny later, but it's not the nicest out right now. So those are my only vanilla socks on the needles. I think I'm going to cast something else on, but I really want to finish this one first. So I love this bag. That is the first one. I don't have many things to show you because I just finished a bunch of socks, and I've been knitting a sweater, and it's been knitting itself. So I have not cast on any new socks because I'm trying to be good a little bit. I have been working on this though. This is my crochet scrappy blanket. It is a pattern that I've been following by EmmaCMakes. I do not know how to crochet. This is the only thing I know how to do. She has a tutorial, which I will link down below. It is incredibly easy, and I've been putting my scraps into my Cozy Memories blanket and this blanket. So this, it's getting big. This is where I was last time I showed this on the podcast, and this has been everything I have put into it. So you can see here, oh, mohair. These are the leftovers from my Ginger Snap Rainbow minis. And I've been working on this mostly on Scrappy Sundays, and I've been listening to my audiobook while I do it because I have to watch my crochet. I cannot do it without looking, so I've been listening to audiobooks. But it's getting quite big. I'm excited. I know it's going to be a square. I don't care. I'm just happy that this is going into something, and I'm really enjoying it. It's very like meditative. So that is my second thing. I do not have many things to show you. This is my next one. It is in my project bag from Topsail Canvas from Sadie. I still have the tag on. Oops. I love this. Purple is one of my favorite colors. I got this at Fiddlehead Fiber Festival, and I am making the Tolsta tee. So this is a pattern by, oh, I'm not going to say this properly, Creabia Knitting. So Tolsta tee. There are so many different modifications for this. You can do lace, you can do stripes, you can do solid, you can do ribbing. There's lots of ways you can personalize this. So I ordered some yarn for this because there was a sale at Galt House of Yarn, and Nancy's a bad influence. So I'm using Sandnes Garn line. So this is 53% cotton, 33% viscose, and 14% linen. So this colorway is, let's see here. Dark blue, gray, and ice gray. I had to look them up because these just go by the numbers on here. So dark blue, gray, and ice gray are what I'm using. And I am striping my Tolsta. So I will show you. This is where I am so far. I watched Nancy's video from Knit Sip Happy about sweater shaping and really getting your sweater to fit your body properly, and her sweater fit techniques. I will link it down below. And I took some of that information to this sweater. And so far I am incredibly happy with it. I fudged my gauge swatch a little bit. So I am doing more gauge swatches than I ever did before. I used to not do them. But this one I just wanted to start knitting. So I cast on, and I thought if it doesn't work, I'll rip it out. So far it's working great. We'll see what happens when I block it. And if it doesn't work out, it's nobody's fault but my own. So I cast on a smaller size for my neckband. I cast on a size that is just fitting my bust. So I would have 0 to 1 inch of ease after it's blocked. And I am doing some A-line shaping because, like Nancy, I am a little bit more pear-shaped. So I like my sweater close to my bust here, and I have a smaller shoulder, and I don't like a wide neckline. So I want it fitted through here and then out, away from the parts of my body that I don't necessarily want to showcase. So I cast on smaller neckline, one size smaller than the pattern called for my size. I did the amount of increases for my size, and I tried this on several times as I went. I am on my knitting barber cords here for the sleeves. It is fitting perfectly so far. I I got just below my bust and I have done my first set of A-line increases. So you can kind of tell it sits kind of here. So I have just done here my first set of A-line increases. And I think it's going to fit great. It's a short sleeve tee. So I followed Nancy's techniques that she does in her video. I have a stitch marker here on this side that marks the middle of the underarm, and then I have, oh, I'm dropping stitches. I have one on the other side as well. And I am striping this as they suggest in the pattern so that you don't get, because when you knit stripes, it's in a spiral, you should slip the first stitch of the second round of your color change. I am doing that. I don't know. We'll see. I will report back on that. Like, there's definitely a little something, but I can't make a judgment yet because I haven't blocked the tee. So if all the wonkiness blocks out, I will like it, right? I think it looks really good. I'm really happy. I will put in a picture of one of my try-ons because it's fitting perfect so far. So far. We'll see. So I can't wait. I think this is going to be so wearable. That really is the last finish, or that's my last whip that I've been working on. I did have a salty air that I had chatted about last time that I needed to rip the neckband out and cast on, and I am going to do that still. I've been wearing my original salty air like crazy, but this one, as soon as I got that yarn, it just jumped out at me, and I really wanted the quicker gratification knit because this is a heavier weight yarn, so it's knitting up faster than that one. But I am going to knit something with that silk and linen from Yarn Indulgences, and it will be a salty air. I just need to change the neckband, and I have plans to do that and maybe one more other sweater this summer. We'll see. We'll see how ambitious I am. Maybe a rocket tee. I'll have to see. So that is it for works in progress. I am planning on casting on a new vanilla Christmas sock or other sock for summer sock camp after I finish my first Christmas knit. But I want to get that one done first because I have a bigger project on the needles with the sweater and I just don't want to overwhelm myself. So I'm going to show you my finished objects. The first ones that I have, these are, I have two pairs of socks with the same yarn. These are the Fairground socks by Kay Jones from the Bakery Bears. It is a sock pattern that I love. It was lovely to knit. It is often used with self-striping yarn. I hope you can see that. It's got some yarn overs in it. It creates like these waves. It's really, really lovely. So I knit this pair. This is Fab Funky Fibres. I don't know the colorway name and I can't find the tag. I'll do my best to find it, but yeah, Fab Funky Fibres. And then I had a skein of Sweet Georgia yarn that I got in a little bit of a fight with. Because when you're trying to wind yarn quickly late at night just to cast on so that you have something in the morning and you're rushing, it never ends well. It ends like this. So this has been an ongoing work in progress of detangling. Yes, every day I spend a little bit of time, and really I wound this with the intention of using it for heels, toes, and cuffs. So I wound off some yarn for these socks, and then I have been working on it a little bit because this is a lot. This is a problem. So I should have known better, but I didn't. So anyways, this is Fab Funky Fibres, the Fairground socks by Kay Jones from the Bakery Bears with some Sweet Georgia contrast. And then if you've been here before, you know that I am knitting my mom a box of socks for Christmas, some using full skeins, some using leftover skeins, because I am trying to use more of my leftover skeins this year because it feels wasteful, especially with self-striping sock yarn. And I knit a lot with self-striping because I don't really put those in my blankets. So I cast on a pair of socks for her. I just finished these this morning. This is a toe up, Judy's Magic cast on toe up. I do 70 rounds. I use the sock ruler just in case my gauge changes. Fish Lips Kiss Heel. These are not blocked. And then I had divided this skein in half so that I knit these socks concurrently so that I would know, I would do like 5 rounds on this one, then on this one, so that they were even, and I didn't get like way ahead on this one and then run out of yarn on this one, because I did weigh them and split the balls, but there's always like a little bit of variation. And then I did 15 rounds for the cuff, and I did a sewn bind off because I find my regular bind off on toe up it's too tight. So I got 2 pairs of socks out of that skein of yarn, and this is going into my mom's box of socks. And I think that brings her count up to like 5 or 6. I gave her 1 for Mother's Day. I can't remember, but we're getting a good number. Okay, so that is my first finished object. My second finished object are another pair of Shortie socks for my mom. These are Homespun House, Dancing in the Moonlight, Dancing in the Street. I bought this last year as a special treat. It was a sock set. I've already made a pair of socks for myself out of it, so I cast these on for her. Again, toe up, Fish Lips Kiss, and this time I did a contrast cuff because I had so much of the contrast left and I just thought it was so fun. So I wasn't convinced that I had enough for a long enough cuff just by using one solid color, so I thought, well, I'll just split it. It's adorable. Like, I can't even. It's so cute. So I'm trying to make her a variety of socks. Like, I've done full-length socks, pattern socks, vanilla socks, Shortie socks. So another successful leftover skein used. Like, I had nothing left of the main color. I have a tiny bit left of these 2 contrasts that are going to go into my blanket. So that is another pair for her. The next ones are the first pair of socks that I knit for summer sock camp this year. People are kind of tending towards like a 80s, 90s colorful theme. This is, what is this? This is, oh, I'll put it down on the screen. It is Yarn Ink. I know it's Yarn Ink Sparkle. I can't remember what the colorway name is called though. So I knit these up. I thought they were pretty 80s with the neons, and it's in the sparkle base. So obviously I got some pooling on each foot here, on that one, and on this one, which never bothers me. And I have leftovers of this yarn that I'll probably do a Shortie pair for my mom again, but I need a little break from, like, I need to knit a new colorway because I've knit, like, I've just finished these socks and then I knit the Shortie pair, and I finished these socks and I knit the Shortie pair. So I feel like I need to get a little bit ahead and then go back when I've had a break from the yarn. So I'll put down below what this is, but this is my first pair for summer sock camp that I completed. Just a vanilla 9-inch circular sock, heel flap and gusset, Nancy's rounded toe, and I thought they were so fun. My next pair is Heel Toe Do-Si-Do. This is by a pattern by Kay Litton, of the Crazy Sock Lady. This is Turtlepurl Lady Amalthea. think. Probably not saying that properly. So I got this at a local fiber event, and I love self-striping, but again, I'm trying to knit like maybe not vanilla. So I'll show you. That is what the pattern looks like. It couldn't be easier to follow. I feel like the leg on this is really long. I love this colorway. It's beautiful. And then the contrast came with it. You could just pick your contrast. So I picked purple because I love purple. So these are done. Heel Toe Do-Si-Do by K. Litton, the crazy sock lady. So I have one more thing to show you. And it's teeny tiny. This is a teeny tiny baby antler sweater. It's not for me. We're closed for business here on that front. My cousin is having her first baby, and I'm gonna make some gifts for her, so I wanted to get them started. She's due in September, so I knit the smallest size, and I went with Berroco Vintage in ochre so that she can machine wash, because she is not a knitter. She will very much appreciate this, but I don't want her having to think about hand washing. This was so easy, but you knit it bottom up and you knit the sleeves separately, and then you join in the round, which I've never done before. It was very easy. Tin Can Knits pattern. They have this in a cardigan. They have this in a pullover, a hat. I'm going to make the matching hat. I have yarn to do that, but it's so cute. It's so cute. I can't even. So she's having a little boy, and I've got a whole care package of all of my favorite things that I had when Sawyer was an infant to send her way. Like a snot sucker. If you don't have a Nose Frida snot sucker for your infant/toddler, you're missing out. And don't be grossed out by it, but as a respiratory therapist, the airway congestion that happens in little kids is significant when they get a cold, and they can't clear it themselves, and that thing is a miracle worker. Sawyer sometimes will still wake up in the middle of the night being like, "Mommy, can you get my buggies?" Just when he's really gunked up. So got one of those. I got some Tylenol and Advil because one of my coworkers got me Tylenol and Advil for my baby shower, and she said it's one of those things that you don't really think of as a new parent, and when you need it, you need it. It's usually in the middle of the night and you won't have it. So that kind of stuck with me. I got her a toothbrush because Adam said that was like the one thing that Adam fixated on when we had Sawyer was he bought a toothbrush. He was like, okay, we have a toothbrush. We can have a baby now. And I'm like, Adam, they don't need a toothbrush for a little while, but fine. So that's kind of like our ongoing joke. We buy people a toothbrush every time. And I got her a jelly cat because Sawyer, he loves his jelly cat. Like, he still sleeps with Tiny Bacon. I just did surgery on Tiny Bacon last night. Had to sew his leg back on. I had to sew his tag back on. It was an ordeal. And then I sewed the tag on incorrectly because Sawyer likes to like do this with one of the tags, and I sewed the tags together by mistake because I wasn't paying attention, and he cried. It was a whole thing. So needless to say, little tiny baby sweater. I'm gonna knit the hat as well, but I just wanted to get this done and give myself lots of time so I wasn't feeling the stress of it. It's so cute. And they live in Alberta, so it'll be cold. I hope they'll get some good use out of this. I was worried about like the baby's head and getting it over here, but I think it will be fine. The neck opening is nice and big. So those are all of my finished objects. I have some future knitting plans. I'm going to knit the Salty Air with the silk and linen from Deborah. I showed it last time. And then Deborah had a trunk show at Cricket Cove. She has this new Surrey Silk Fluff base. It is 65% baby Surrey alpaca and 35% silk. 437 yards. It is like the softest. It is incredible. I can't. So I am going to make a rocket tee with this. I had thought about using this because I have 2 skeins of this and I have 2 skeins of Kirk from Legacy Fiber Arts, but I thought that this was maybe a little loud. And I was going for something a little subtler. So I do have this from my sweater quantity stash. It's from Midknit Cravings. And I know there's no contrast, but I think the texture difference when you knit it out will be enough of a contrast, and it really kind of lets this color shine. I'm thinking of, I have 4 skeins of this, which is a sweater quantity for me. I am thinking of breaking it up and using 2 skeins in this, and I'm hesitant to break up a 4 skein sweater quantity, but this has been in my stash for like 5 years and I haven't done anything with it. So better for it to be used, in my opinion, than sit in my stash. And I can use the 2 other skeins for like a ranunculus or something. So I'm thinking I'm gonna go with this. Let me know what you think. These are the options. I don't know. I think this might be busy, and I don't really have anything else in my stash that will work well, that I have 2 skeins of. So let me know what you think down below. Anyways, that is my next up dream knitting. Graceful look there. So yes, I picked this up from Deborah. We'll see. I'm hoping to finish my Tolsta this week. I also picked up, some of these are just things I've bought over the last couple months, but I don't see the person regularly to pick it up, so it's been with them for a long time, and then I just seem to get it all at once because I saw Laura from Tiny Human Knits and I had some purchases with her that I just said, instead of shipping, just keep them, I'll grab them next time. Same as this, Leanne, she did an order from Yarn Ink. These are the, I can't remember what this is called. It's basically like a potty mouth collection. I'll put it down below because I won't remember. I ordered 2, so watch it because potty mouth. So I ordered these, and so these I just saw Leanne, and these came from her. Laura, I grabbed Ponyo and Evermore from her, so more self-striping. And sorry for the crinkle, I could not help myself. Come on, stop it. This is so me. Leanne ordered this one, and then there was like another side that was more like yellows and oranges. So she ordered both of them, and she's making a Jethro with it. And Laura just dyed her like a white speckled contrast with all of the colors in it to use, and I cannot wait to see it. I think it's going to be incredible. I have no idea what this is going to become, but it's all my colors and I had to have it. So these I just picked up from Laura recently because I saw her. And I got a little Taylor Swift project bag. You guys know I'm in my Swiftie era. I don't even remember where I ordered this from. I'll put it down below, but I saw it on Etsy. I think it was like a suggested for you, so it's just a little sock sack. I couldn't help it. And then I picked this up because I just think these socks are so aesthetically pleasing. I don't usually use like a physical book, but if it's a really special one, I will. And I just think this Summerly Knits, a sock project, these are beautiful socks. Beautiful. So I can't. There's thick socks, thin socks, stripy socks. Like these ones are gorgeous. They're knit with hedgehog, which I have. All of this is my hedgehog. Scrappy socks. I can't. There's just so many Shortie socks here. And it's just like a really good book. There's folded hem. So I haven't looked through this yet, but there's 25 patterns, 5 different heels, cuff down, toe up, and tips on sizing and fit. is what it says on the back. And it is aesthetically a beautiful book. So I'm going to add that to my collection, and I love it. Okay. The only other things that I have to show you are the purchases that Nancy made for me. Yarn Fairy Nancy. I don't know what we would do without her. From Knit City, Toronto. So she graciously offered to pick a few things up, and boy, did she deliver. This was the Ginger Snap colorway for Knit City, Toronto. It is called Joy. I think these might be one of my next cast-ons for summer sock camp because it is perfect. And look at this. This would go perfectly. See, this is why I decided to use the skein, because I have so much yarn in my stash that would work really well with it for contrast. And it's been just lingering as a solid skein in my stash forever. So I thought, well, you know what? I'll put it to good use. It'll get used, but no. Help. So, and like all of the bits that I've wound off for heels and toes have been used, so I have to wind more to use it. So that was one of my purchases from there. And then this one I thought would be perfect. Creative Knitter, who I love so much. Sock set. So it comes with 6 minis and then the solid skein here. This is Neon Sidewalk Chalk. I love this so much. It's gorgeous. So this was graciously delivered by Nancy. She got everything I asked for. Like, I did not expect that, and it was so gracious of her to take her time to do that. Oh, I picked out a sock set from Botanical Yarn. This was the Knit City Toronto exclusive. So I got this. I thought this would be good for test knitting for Nancy because this is a kind of yarn that will like let the pattern kind of show, and it's really nice. So I've got that, and then I really wanted this collab because I am a big reader. Sandy by the Lakeside, the Cozy Knitter. This is the Vintage Library collaboration. So I love my Sandy bags. I love to read. This just goes so perfectly. So perfectly. I can't. This is like more subdued and fall to me colors wise. So I think I'm going to tuck this aside for a nice fall, crisp fall summer day. No, crisp fall day to read and start a new sock with. And then, sorry for the crinkle. I should have opened this. I'm going to open it. Sorry. But I want to show you this. This is from the Creative Knitter as well. I love a physical planner. I still order, like, these are my favorite Erin Condren planners. All of my Christmas yarn came out of there because I was pulling out skeins to look at what I wanted to cast on for Christmas in July. So this is from the Creative Knitter. It's the Daily Stitch, a creative planner for yarn enthusiasts. So it's not dated so that you can like kind of start it whenever. So it has pages, week of, a weekly outline, monthly wrap up. It has monthly overviews. And then in the back here, let me show you, project reviews. Grid paper. I had not even taken this out to look at. And then in the front, it has your goals, Maker's Challenge, oh, Rainbow Challenge. I didn't look at that. Project tracker. And then it has for your projects, like your hook size, needle size, yarn, all of that, color, dye lot, a ton of those pages, which I really, really, really like. Pattern wish list. So I am so excited about this. And oh, I didn't notice this. It has, on the weekly wrap-ups, it has like yards in, yards out, projects finished, projects started, notes, little cute little yarn. I can't. I am such a physical planner person. As soon as I saw this, I was like, ooh, I really, 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 really would love to have one of those. And it comes with the stickers of all the months, some yarn balls. These are like really nice vinyl stickers too. So I am so excited about this. I can't wait to start it. I think I'm going to start it in September because I don't know why. September feels like a blank slate, like a clean start for me. Like I'll probably like do these all in September. My birthday's in September, so I don't know. I think it's just because it's the start of a new school year. I like the fall weather. Fall's my favorite season. So that's what my plans are, but I cannot wait. I am so excited about that, and I'll keep you posted on how I like it. I know I'm going to love it. Okay. Reading. So if you are only here for the knitting talk, that is it for today. Thank you for tuning in. I do have a couple quick books to go over with you. Not too many, but thank you for tuning in, and thank you for subscribing and hanging out with me. It's so lovely to spend some time with like-minded people. Okay, I have finished 32 books out of 60. I am just over 50% towards my goal for Goodreads for the year, and these are the ones I finished recently. I finished the Rule Book by Sarah Adams. I thought this was really cute. It's like a very light, fluffy read. I actually quite enjoyed this one. The Paradise Problem by Christina Lauren. Again, I liked this one. It was one of my favorite fluffier ones that I've read recently. I finally finished The Diamond Eye by Kate Quinn. I started that one a few months ago, and I had a really hard time reading it. I love Kate Quinn, and this book was very, very good. It was nothing against the book. It's just a lot of the names were Russian, and with my concussion, I was really struggling to like make my brain slow down to process those names and process the characters. So what I finally did was I switched to an audiobook of it, and that was significantly better. So once I switched from the physical book to an audiobook, it was much less heavy on my brain, and I got through it no problem. So definitely a me issue, not reflective of the book. I love Kate Quinn's books. She actually just has a new one that came out, I think this week, called The Briar Club, and that's on my list to read as well because her books are really enjoyable historical fiction books. Mr. Wrong Number by Lynn Painter, kind of like a light-hearted, spicy book. It was a fine. Daughter of Mine was a thriller that I read by Megan Miranda. It was good, probably a 3.5 star. I just finished Listen for the Lie by Eamon Tintera, and it was really good. I gave this one a 4 star, and I feel like I'm stingy with 4 and 5 stars. I really liked this one. It was a podcast based. I listened to it on audiobook, so there was different narrators, and it was really well done. And then I am reading right now the Mother-Daughter Murder Club. I'm listening to it on audiobook. It's okay so far. It's a bit slower, but I think what I'm going to pick up next is a Carly Fortune book. I'm looking for like just a beach read, and there's one that she just released that is set in PEI. I haven't read any of hers actually. She has a couple out. I'll put them up on the screen. But there's one that's released recently. This summer will be different, or I can't remember. I'll put it down below. That's PEI based. So I've already purchased that one on my e-reader, and I think I'm going to start that if I get a sunny day this week on vacation. And we'll see. So that's my plans, because PEI is like our neighboring province. So I am hoping that there will be landmarks that I recognize, and I've heard good things about it. So yeah, that is it for today. I am hoping to finish my vanilla socks very soon, like this weekend, so I can cast on something new. and work on my Tolsta tee, because I am enjoying my Tolsta tee, but it's very repetitive. And I do want a little bit, I feel like I'm getting the itch to cast on something new. So I don't know what it should be. I feel like maybe this. Maybe this. I think maybe. I'll have to see. And then I am going to cast on another Christmas sock as well. I usually have this, lately I've had 2 vanilla socks on the go. I've had a Christmas one and like a summer sock camp one on the go. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. Anyways, I hope you guys have a great day. Enjoy your weekend, and I will check back in with you soon. Thank you for spending some time with me. Have a great day. Bye.